Today we'll be doing a comprehensive comparison between the all-new Huawei Band 7 as well as the Mi Band 7. So today we'll be discussing their displays, their designs, as well as the features and functions. There are a lot of overlaps, but there are some gaps that you should know about. Without further ado, let's get into it. If you are new to Wesknows Tech News and Reviews, we talk about the latest tech news. We do brutally honest reviews and share hacks and tricks along the way. So as I've just mentioned, these two trackers are actually brand new to the market in June 2022. So the Huawei Band 7 has a distinct rectangular shape, plus it's got a button on the right hand side of the watch case. Now the Mi Band 7 looks like a traditional fitness tracker. No buttons, it's pallet-like, and it's situated in a strap. So we know these designs from the previous models, but they have been improved. Their displays have been increased. The quality of their features and functions have been improved as well as the number of widgets has increased. So first of all, we'll touch on the displays of these two trackers, then we'll talk about their designs, and then we'll get into the features and functions. Let's kick off with display. So when you just look at your trackers, first thing you notice is size. Well, on paper, the Xiaomi Mi Band 7 has a 1.62-inch AMOLED display. The Huawei Band 7 has a 1.47-inch display. Obviously, 1.62 is larger than 1.47. But there is a big but here. Considering that the Xiaomi Mi Band 7 is oval, while the Huawei Band 7 is rectangular, we can see that space is much better used on the rectangular face of the Huawei. In regards to resolution, well, the Mi Band 7 from Xiaomi gets 326 ppi. On the Huawei we get 286 ppi, which is not bad, but 326 ppi is what you would see on the likes of Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, a Amazfit GTR 2, as well as a Amazfit GTR 3. So this is smartwatch quality or smartwatch resolution on a very budget tracker. So big thumbs up to Xiaomi on this one. In regards to brightness, well, both of them actually go up to 500 nits. So that is bright enough to see the displays even in direct sunlight. So these were the basic features of the displays. But now if we get into the details, we will see that the Huawei is doing better here. Simply because with the Mi Band 7 from Xiaomi, you don't get always on display. You do get it here though. You don't get auto brightness. Well, you don't have it either here. But with the Huawei Band 7, you've got the automatic functionality to dim the actual screen when it's dark around you. With the Mi Band 7, it's all about adjusting the brightness level. With the Huawei Band 7, you actually get much more automation. Now, I'm not a fan of always on displays because I think it's just a major drain on your battery. Is there much reason for it? Well, not really, because all you need to do is either tap your screen or raise your wrist to wake up the watch and you will see whatever you have to see on there. But some people like to see their basic information on always on displays. Well, you can do this with the Huawei, but you can't do it with the Xiaomi. Also, in regards to downloadable faces, so yes, with the Mi Band 7 from Xiaomi, there are hundreds of faces, but you can't beat 4,000 faces that you get with the Huawei Band 7. If we talk about the actual glass sitting on top, both of these displays are actually covered by tempered glass. So to some extent, you are protected from the daily wear and tear, from the easy scratches. But with the Xiaomi, you also get an anti-fingerprint coating on top here. So that does make the screen, well, less smudgy from your fingerprints, and it makes it stand out. So now that we've talked enough about the display, let's get onto the actual designs of these two trackers. Let's kick off with the Xiaomi Mi Band 7. So this is the general pellet-like design that we've seen on all the prior models. You can actually pop the actual pellet-like tracker out of its TPU strap, and it's quite easy to put it back in. So there we go. It's a plastic pellet which is very light at just 13.5 grams, while the actual Huawei Band 7 is just 16 grams, but obviously you can't pull it out of its straps because they are connected to it via quick release pins in the actual body here. Now 13.5 grams without straps, 16 grams without the straps. If we talk about straps, well, with the Xiaomi Mi Band 7, it uses a really basic TPU strap. It basically clicks into place via a pin. So you can see this here. Now, I really don't like this strap, simply because, well, it's soft enough, but, so last night, I was sleeping, somewhere during the night, I woke up because I felt like my tracker was falling off. And yes, it got undone because it caught onto a sheet or pillowcase, whatever it was, because it's quite easy to catch on this loose edge. It came off, and basically I was trying to put it on in complete darkness, and I was fumbling around and I couldn't find the hole for the pin. So I just had to take it off during the night. Now with the Huawei Band 7, you don't have that problem, because here you get, firstly, a much more comfortable wear, because this is a silicone strap, so it's a bit more flexible. It's just more nice to the touch. Also, you luckily get the classic watch type clasp, which is so easy to put on, take off, and it's just super secure during the night, during sports, etc. Let's talk about the dimensions. Although we mentioned that the Xiaomi does have an oval face, while the Huawei Band 7 has a rectangular face. But when you put them side to side, you will see that generally the sizes are rather similar. But let's look at the dimensions nonetheless. So with the Xiaomi Mi Band 7, the dimensions are 46.5 by 20.7 by 12.3 millimeters. With the Huawei Band 7, it's 44.4 millimeters by 26 by 10 millimeters. So what we can see is that the face is slightly shorter than the Mi Band 7. It's also slightly wider, and most importantly, it's also sitting lower on top of your wrist. So if this one from Xiaomi is 12 millimeters, this one is actually just under 10 millimeters. To be exact, it's 9.99 millimeters. So again, that's pretty much it for the designs of these two trackers. It all comes down to your personal preferences. Now let's get onto the features and functions, because there will be many overlaps, but there will be some key gaps that we need to discuss here. Let's do it. Considering both of these are budget fitness trackers, let's talk about the health features first, and this is where most of the overlaps lie. So both of these trackers actually allow you to do 24/7 heart rate monitoring. They allow you to do continuous SpO2, aka blood oxygen saturation monitoring. You get continuous stress monitoring. You've got breathing exercises. You can track female health on both as well. Now both can track your sleep as well. But with the Huawei Band 7, it also tracks your naps as long as they're over 20 minutes long. Now, when you are asleep for the full night though, both of these trackers pick up on your going to sleep times, your awake times, as well as your deep, light and REM sleep. But with the Huawei Band 7, you actually get to use True Sleep technology. True Sleep 2.0. So this tech was actually developed in conjunction with the Harvard Medical School. So not only do you get your points that tell you about your sleep quality, Huawei also provides you with references to medical research to back up the recommendations on how to improve your sleep. So I think in regards to sleep monitoring, Huawei does have the upper hand here. Now let's talk about fitness. So both of these trackers are 5 ATM water resistant, meaning that you can't take them to the pool with you. Now, both of these trackers will recognize your stroke, such as your backstroke, your breaststroke, and freestyle. These trackers do not get GPS, so you can't take them running without a smartphone. If you want to see the distance covered, or you want to see the speed at which you covered the distance. In regards to sport modes, well, the Huawei Band 7 actually gets 96 sport modes. That's a lot. But the Mi Band 7 from Xiaomi gets 110 sport modes, so 14 sport modes more. What's quite important here is that these two trackers have actually goal-based workouts. That means that all your sport modes can be set with a particular goal or objective, such as a time objective, a distance objective, or a calories to be burnt objective. So for example, you want to go for a run for 30 minutes, you set up your goal as 30 minutes, a time goal. And then the fitness tracker will provide you with a haptic alert to let you know that you've done your 30 minutes, as an example. In regards to auto-detected workouts, well, the Huawei Band 7 comes out and says we can do 4 auto-detected workouts. You're running, you're walking, your elliptical and rower exercises. The Mi Band 7 says we can do 5. We can do running, treadmill running, walking, rowing and elliptical workouts. Now to me, that's a white lie, because really the Mi Band 7 does not get GPS. That means it doesn't matter if you're running outside or inside on a treadmill. So that really takes it down to 4 auto-detected activities for both of these trackers. What's really cool now is that both of these trackers provide you with some really good fitness data, such as your training load, your training effect, your recovery time, and VO2 max. So 4 really cool fitness data features which weren't available previously. So now I think it's time to talk about the gaps, because so far both of these trackers are pretty much offering the same thing. Slight differences in the number of sport modes, maybe the layout of the screens, but pretty much very similar. So the 2 key differences between these two watches is that the Xiaomi Mi Band 7 actually provides you with the PI. The PI is the personal activity index. So this is a value, one value, which tells you all about your cardiovascular health. Basically, it sums up all the steps that you've done over the week. It looks at all the activities you've performed over that week and the intensity at which you performed exercises during those activities. It looks at your sleep data. It basically aggregates that data together and provides you with one number. And as long as that number is over 100 points, you're said to be, as a rule of thumb, 25% less prone to getting heart disease. So really great feature. One number and tells you everything you need to know about your cardiovascular health. You will see 7 days of data on the watch, but in the app you can see your trend over the period of time you actually use the tracker or the watch for. And this feature is actually available on all Xiaomi, Huawei, as well as Amazfit smartwatches and fitness trackers. So the Huawei Band 7 obviously does not get PI. It's not part of the Xiaomi group. But what the Huawei Band actually gets is the AI Assistant. Now, you will only be able to use it if you have a Huawei smartphone. If you don't, unfortunately, that feature is unavailable. But if you do have a Huawei smartphone, well, having an AI Assistant at such a low entry point, I think that's something really great. Anyway, thank you for watching this high-level initial impressions, review and comparison of the two trackers, which are brand new in June 2022. Now, I find personally that I do give preference to the Huawei Band 7. I think this tracker is a winner. It's got much better use of space, which is rectangular. I think that with an always on display feature, it does provide you with slightly more advanced feature list for such a budget price. But we will be doing comparisons and tests in regards to heart rate, SpO2, step counts and so forth with these two trackers. So please make sure to hit the subscribe button below the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.